Buddy, how are we doing tonight? All right. Elijah, I love that message, man, with the sin and the entanglement. I want to tell you a little bit about myself and my life and how God's worked in my life, because he has. And it's so awesome the way he's dealt with me and fixed me and changed me from the inside out, because he totally has. Because I could tell you, I'm 22 years old right now, and 4 years ago, I was a struggling cocaine addict, smoking crack, and all kinds of horrible stuff. And yeah, it started off so simply too. I was 14 or 15 years old, and I wanted to try pot. That was just what I wanted to do. And then, yeah, I got into that in high school. I started getting in trouble. There's consequences for our sin, guys. Like, we may not think about it, and we think, oh, I got it, but I'm a first-hand example of there is consequences for our sin, whether it be drinking in excess. I did that too. You end up with all kinds of girls. I did girls and situations that you don't want to end up in, and it's just really a sad thing, waking up in the morning just thinking about all the awful things you did last night, you know. And I was real caught up in the party scene and the drug scene, and it was just really bad. But I was a proud, arrogant, young punk. I thought I had it made. I thought I knew everything. You know, I didn't care about people. All I cared about was myself and how I was going to get my next fix on coke or whatever it was, or the next party, or who I was going to rip off with drugs and alcohol. I used to sell drugs too, and it was just really, really bad. But I was lucky enough and thankful enough, and by the grace of God, he called me out one day. I woke up one afternoon so strung out, and I just felt like this deep, overwhelming sense of aloneness. It was the worst feeling I've ever experienced in my life, but it was like, I have a choice to make right now. Am I going to keep going down this road of destruction and sin and death, or am I going to give it to God? Am I going to follow after him? And I thank God that he pulled on my heart that day, and I chose to follow him. Because I can tell you now that I've surrendered. I gave up. I couldn't do it anymore. I stopped. I said, I cannot do this on my own, God. I need you to come in my heart and fix me and change me from the inside out, because I cannot do this on my own. It took that point of surrender, that point that I cannot do this. I had to give it to him. And that can be hard for us as young adults. We're proud. We're proud people in general. And just to give that up, though, God, he draws near to the humble. Like, if you humble yourself, if you give it up and give it to him, he will come into your heart. He will change you from the inside out. You know how awesome that is, that I'm free from drugs and alcohol? I don't have to wake up in the morning and take a shot of vodka or drink a beer in the morning anymore. That is awesome. I have been sober for 1.5 years. Like, hello. Yeah, it works, guys. It is the real deal. Like, I don't just stand here in the front row and raise my hands for any reason. I am worshiping a God, like the God, the creator of heaven and earth. Like, this is real stuff. Like, this isn't just made up. I'm not working on myself from the outside in. I couldn't do that. I tried, and I failed. So I got the real deal now. Jesus Christ lives in me, and greater is he that is in me than he is in the world. I have victory over sin in my life, and that is an awesome thing. I've been set free. Freedom is awesome, guys. Like, it's freedom. Freedom! Yeah. So I just want to encourage you, if you're struggling with something in your life, especially drugs and alcohol, I've been through it. I want to talk to you. I want you to know that. I want you to know Jesus cares about you. He cares about your well-being. He wants you to be set free. I don't want to see anybody fall into that. We're college students. Some of us are going to fall into the party and drug and alcohol scene. I already know, and it breaks my heart. And I want you to know, if you ever get into that path and you're struggling, I want you to remember this night. I want you to remember what I said, and I want you to remember that Jesus cares about you. He loves you. He just wants you to give it to him. He wants you to surrender. All right? Thank you.